Stony Island Audio.
And now, it's time for the Bod Rap Pod with your hosts, Demone Carter, David Ma, and Nate LeBlanc.
Three underground rap nerds walked into a bar. An argument ensued about who the GOATs are. The seed was a thought that would turn into a pod. Now fans worldwide say, not a bad job, the ad hoc gab squad who chronicles the vanguard of hip-hop at large. Rap taste slacked off, don't need to be mad, dog. Look no further, it's the Bod Rap Pod.
Podcasting live from San Jose, California. It is the Bod Rap Pod. My name is Demone Carter. I'm joined by the furrowed brow of Nate LeBlanc.
What's up, dude? I'm not used to seeing you masked up. I mean, you are a good mask wearer in general, but you are recording this from an undisclosed location where you have to wear a mask, which is smart. But yeah, it's just, it's a little weird.
Yeah. I think, unlike some, my mouth is pretty cool. So the mask is not adding a lot. In fact, I think it's taking away. You ever see people now and you're seeing them without their mask for the first time in forever, and you're like, "Oh, that's your mouth."
Black Sheep has a good song about that, slightly different context.
Strobe light vaccine.
Just went to the grocery store and forgot my mask, and I was like, I feel like an idiot. I'm kind of like holding my breath, especially when you're waiting in line. It's just like the lady in front of me didn't know how to use the ATM card thing, and I was just like, please just pay somehow. I'm still very much wearing my mask. I'm often the only person wearing it in social situations, but
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had a friend, good friend in town from Miami, and we have a virulent mask debate every time he's here. But he was doing this like, oh my God, all of you liberal folks out here are just rocking the mask. I'm like, look around, bro. Like, nobody gives a shit about this anymore. It's just me.
Yeah.
Me not wanting to get COVID again. Hopefully y'all have not got COVID, or you only got it once. And if you did, we hope that you are on the mend. Thank you for tapping in with us. We have a very interesting interview guest today that we want to share with y'all. But before we do that, Nate, what is the sixth element of hip hop?
Arguing,
and nothing gets an argument going like lists and listicles. And Rolling Stones magazine put out a little list.
They sure did. It's a weird list. This is a kind of unpopular opinion in our world, but I actually think some of what they did is really cool. Like putting some of the stuff that they put on there is really cool. The order of things drives me crazy, especially in like the 30 to 50 range. But it's certainly got us talking. We have never probably talked about Rolling Stone magazine on this show, and now we are, and that's the point of these lists. And if you don't think that's the point of these lists, then you don't know much about modern internet culture or arguing or engagement or hip hop, frankly.
I think it's made to spark conversation, obviously drive clicks, which I'm sure it did. And there was a kind of a somewhat, I won't call it a consensus, but there was a good portion of people on our Twitter timeline and in the world that were like, well, fuck this, right? Like, who cares about this? Y'all shouldn't care about this. And I get it. And I actually, on our Patreon, I did a whole segment about Anthony Fantano and the dangers of gatekeeping, or the need for gatekeeping and the dangers of kind of outsiders opining on the culture. But we are also part of the take economy. And so, Nate, you had a brilliant idea for a brilliant podcast segment.
Yeah, we were thinking of doing something maybe for the Patreon, maybe if it was good for the real show, where we would just do instant react, like 10-second takes on all 200 things. And we thought we recorded that.
Yeah, we did it though. Hold on, for the folks at home, I need you to understand, we did that.
We had the conversation.
It was great.
It was fun, honestly.
Yeah.
We haven't done anything like that in a while, and I don't think we've ever done it just the two of us. And we were having a good old time. I'm still chuckling at some of the stuff we said, and it was a fun. It turned out training exercise, not an actual usable recording We have not screwed up a recording like that in a long time. It's very humbling. It's very embarrassing, and it was not my finest day. As a producer, I'm actually like kind of shaking my fist at the Scarlet right now. But it's just basically my record room at my house was intended to partly be a podcast studio, but I never wired it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was just too far away. And so I didn't realize at some point we overwhelmed the recording program with our amazing takes, and it stopped recording. So there's like hour and a half of poorly recorded takes in there somewhere, and I don't know if they'll ever see the light of day, but hey, it was fun.
Yeah, no, it was definitely fun, and I really feel like it was the fact that Cardi B's album came in at 19 on that
16,
list.
16, I believe.
16. Yep. I'll sum up all the rage of that list by saying Cardi B's Invasion of Privacy was number 16 on the top 200 rap albums of all time. And I'm just sad you guys will never hear how fucking incredulous I was about that. But
you can imagine.
We digress. There's another list, Nate, that just came out. That's not actually getting as much attention. I don't know if Rolling Stone just kind of took the air out of the room, but the double XL freshmen. You always check for the double XL freshman list, right, Nate? That's how you set up your listening year.
I always have to see who I don't know now. The one thing that I thought was funny about this year's was it was like 9 people I've never heard of, and then Babyface Ray, who is a famous rapper. It's like he did not appear to be in the same category as the
is that why
I guess I've heard of Babytron as well, but for different reasons. But yeah, I thought he was like a full-on star. So
me too. I don't see him as up and coming, and I can say I've heard a couple songs from him, but the rest of these folks not at all. Nardo Wick, Doechii, Sofago, Ken the Man, KC. I mean,
you can just folks be making up words right now. I would have no idea.
Exactly.
I think Doechii is a lady, right?
Yes.
And I think she had a viral video a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, or something, where it was like everyone was like naked, but then they were like Ken doll, like they were really smooth. Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm ascertaining what the video is about, based on the few clips that I saw floating around that day, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It's like it's a very provocative video. Yeah.
Saucy Santana I've heard of, but I couldn't tell you their music.
Jewel's son, I assume, right?
No.
I don't know.
Oh, stop.
Remember when they called Nick Stauskas Sauce Castillo? Somebody made like a weird typo and that stuck for a little while. It's so weird seeing Nick Stauskas in a Celtics uniform in the garbage time of these finals games. Yeah. I'm like, what year is it? Like, what is that guy doing in the NBA?
Mopping up during garbage time, which is, I guess, what you could call the double XL list. I don't know. It's kind of like...
it's just not for us, right? It's just like double XL, when it started, covered stuff we knew about, and now it's just a totally different entity that has like very little to do with the kind of music that we like, but it's all hip hop, right?
So yeah, it's all hip hop. Maybe, and this is kind of the issue that I have now. I'm gonna take the time to go and listen to a few of these folks, and I feel like what I'm gonna hear is just a lot of singing. Just a lot of singing. I feel like I'm gonna hear a lot of melodies and a lot of not bars. And I do believe there was a time when double XL, the freshman list, it implied you had some type of bars. Cats of, J. Cole came through that pipeline. Some other folks.
Action Bronson
came through that pipeline. And so, yeah, it's really basically, I think they're trying to locate who's kind of the hottest within a particular zeitgeist. Whether or not these are actually rappers doesn't matter as much as are they hot. So fine, have at it. Also, it's still a magazine. Like they still got like articles and stuff, and like there's a Lupe Fiasco article that I low-key want to read just to see what that's about.
I just look at the pictures.
Yeah, exactly. But let's talk about I guess this person wouldn't be a freshman, but let's talk about rappers we actually care about. ELUCID has a new album called I Told Bessie, which I'm gonna back up a little bit. Do you understand what's going on with the cover art? What is it?
It's a family photo. It's this
Is it a dog?
album is about his grandmother. Yeah, that's a dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, so drop the new record on Backwoods just last week. Appointment listening. I know we got a slight advance drop on it, but I can count on my one hand the number of times that I've actually made an appointment to listen to a record, and this was it. And to my mind, did not disappoint.
It's a very good record. It's a complicated record. It's not easy listening. ELUCID, of the folks that we tend to cover, is one of the more left field MCs, one of the more abstract MCs. He's also probably one of the best MCs.
Sure.
And so I'm interested in hearing anything that he puts out, and this is a very, very strong album. I've listened through 3 times, every single time, like pretty intentionally and pretty seriously. It's not background music.
Yeah.
It's like something you need to take in and think about. So yeah, it's a really good record. The first track, I believe it's called Spelling, of course.
Yeah.
Has a really cool video. And as we're recording, he's doing the show, the record release show, probably right this second, or doors are opening in New York. So got a bunch of cool folks who we mess with on the bill, and yeah, it's just super dope record.
Yeah, I like it a lot, and I feel like ELUCID is the masters a set of intangibles that we don't yet have a vocabulary for. I feel like to talk about how dope he is, we got to invent some new language, because he's doing things that are the best way I could put it is he's not tethered to a rhyme scheme. He gives you these really immaculate verses that are not tethered. As somebody who listens and has listened to a shit ton of rap and tries to follow, that's always my first thing, is like, can I follow you? Can I kind of, and usually, sometimes that's a bad thing when you can't follow. It's just like you're just throwing anything out there. But ELUCID is he's traveling on a map of his own creation of a world that you've never been to, and it's always super interesting. And I think this record, I Told Bessie, because of the production palette, one of the best records of the year. And I hate to be instant hyperbole with that, but I just feel like the production on this record makes it stand out in a way that I haven't liked ELUCID's other works, but I just feel like this kind of stands out in a particular way. So we will have our work cut out for us when it is time to decide what was the best record of 2022. A completely meaningless and hypothetical exercise, but an important one to us nonetheless. So go peep Bessie Told Me. Or I Told Bessie, jeez. When you have
killing it today.
Just all over the.
I have a couple of things before we move on. On the second track, Bunny Chow, he uses one of my favorite phrases. Probably not because I always say this to you, but just funny that I did write it down because he said it twice in the song. He says, "I got rocks in my head. I didn't listen right."
I didn't listen right. I know. I thought about that too.
He opens with that and he closes the song with that, which is not the most usual way to open and close the song. I thought that was funny. I think that the dialogue on the kind of beatless, air quotes, you can't see songs, Ghoulie and Split Tongue, is really interesting. Like where they are in the flow of the album, what they're saying. They're little like moments where you pull back a little bit in a way that I think is really interesting. And then I'm just obsessed with the beat on Impasse,
which is
a Bash beat.
Seb Bash, which I was not familiar. Were you familiar with their work before this?
Yeah, he did a lot of the Breeze Bruin record, Hindsight.
Interesting. But that does not sound like Hindsight.
Right.
Interesting.
Isn't it?
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this
is
foresight.
Something that I know you take notice of in records as well. On Betamax, there's some scratching.
There is some really I love the beat Betamax, which is by Pudge. I love that beat, and there's some scratching on it, and I'm always here for that. But it kind of like it it's stretched out, and the rhythm of it is really interesting. It's kind of not your Book of Primo scratch chorus, if you will, but still super interesting nonetheless. And I love that beat as well. So I don't know. I'm kind of in a weird phase of life where life feels weird and uneasy and uncertain. And I really feel like I'm listening to this record a lot because it's capturing that sense of like, I don't know what's about to happen. There are weird, ominous things around literally every corner.
I saw a tweet while I was holding my breath in the line at the grocery store that said there were 6 what we used to call natural disasters, but we should probably start calling outcomes of climate change today in America. So just times that by worldwide, like no good, dude.
Yeah, and it's kind of like
the main one that's on the news is that like all of Montana is flooded, including Yellowstone National Park.
And California is one cigarette butt from completely being scorched. So it's kind of like, what kind of music do you make in a time like that, right? It's like, it feels like it can only go one of two ways. You could be complete escapism and kind of go in this like fantasy party bullshit direction, or you can go the other way. But ELUCID manages to make a statement about where we are right now without being pedantic, without being super preachy. Hell, half the time I don't understand what he's saying, but the feel of it, and I can't get over that, this weird uneasiness of these times. I just think this record in particular, whereas Aethiopes feels like something rap noir, like a set of stories, something that happens kind of apart, a book you open up. I feel like I turn on the news and I hear the intro to Spelling. Like, it's like, oh wow, this is it's unsettling, but I think ELUCID does great with that type of energy. And I'm excited that it's out. I want people to hear it. This is going to be my new evangelist record in the way that
send it to all your friends.
Pretty much. And I only really have 2 friends, so beyond y'all.
And I've already heard it, so
yeah, exactly.
No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, shout out to ELUCID, shout out to Backwoods, doing great works for humanity. But let's get into our interview for today. Another interesting character who I was not necessarily aware of before the release of his latest album, Metropolis, but I did go back and listen to some of his other works, and that is Namir Blade, another Mello Music to Dad Bod pipeline candidate coming through.
Yeah, I knew who he was, but I wasn't super familiar with his work. I had listened to Aphelions and Imaginarium when they came out. Okay. And when the opportunity presented itself for us to be able to chat with Namir, we took it, and he was cool, man. He was like very loose, very like just himself, very confident, super into his own art, his own movement in a way that I found refreshing and not fake humble, and smart and full of references and like sound effects and like just a boisterous, interesting person. Like I almost always leave the interview, unless it goes terribly, going like, oh, I understand their music a little bit better, or I like that person more than when we started. And this is certainly one of those. I'm like, okay, now that I see where you're coming from, it's like, I say this all the time, but it's like, if everyone just had the opportunity to get the records explained directly to them, they would like way more things. Yeah,
exactly. Which is half the reason we exist, so that you can hear these conversations and hopefully get more background, because we came into this interview with questions, having heard the record Metropolis, and kind of like help us make sense of it, because he does use these like really disparate, let's call it colors, like these are 2 different things that or 3 or 4 that he puts together. So let's get into it. We'll let you guys peep this interview with Namir Blade, Dad Bod Rap Pod.
What's good, Bod Rap Pod listeners? It's your boy, Demone, government name Demone Carter, here to tell you why you should most definitely subscribe to the Bod Rap Pod Patreon. If you're anywhere near my age bracket, you're probably saying to yourself, what the fuck is a Patreon? Alright, that's a fair question. Patreon is a platform where we post exclusive content for folks who subscribe. For example, a $5 a month subscription gets you access to Nate LeBlanc's fake radio show, Fly Sporadic, my weekly Spotify playlist series, Dem's Gems, Patreon-only album review segments, and so much more. Right now, there is over 90 hours of content on our Patreon just waiting for you to slide through. You can interact with us and other subscribers. It's like a cool-ass members-only club feel without the Twitter weirdos and goofy discourse. So do yourself and us a favor and subscribe to the Bod Rap Pod Patreon. All this fly shit for just $5 a month. Exclusively yours. Go to patreon.com/dadbodrappod. That's patreon.com/dadbodrappod. Peace.
All right. So this is Bod Rap Pod, Namir Blade interview. Take one. Bod Rap Pod. Every week we talk to people who are moving and shaping hip hop culture. This week, joining us in Zoom, we have Namir Blade. What's happening, man?
What's good, boys? I'm out here. I'm enjoying life. I'm in LA. Doing a video shoot this week. So like right now I'm in like little Japantown, and I'm just running around like looking at little anime books. I had to use the bathroom, so I had to go to the Chinese spot and like buy some food so I could take a pee because LA.
That's how LA works. There's no public bathroom.
It's a transactional culture.
Absolutely. If you got your money's worth. So man, thanks for joining us. You got the new record Metropolis out. We want to talk about that in a little bit, but just kind of tell us about how you got into this. You're a rapper / singer? Depends on how you want to define it.
To be honest, like I just prefer the term like artist.
Okay.
Just like I'm just a nigga that happen to rap sometimes, and people fuck with it enough to like pay me a little bit of money to rap. But like ultimately I kind of just do whatever my heart like speaks to. I grew up in a performing arts like school. So like we did singing, we did band, we did dance, we did art. So I'm pretty like well versed in like all of those disciplines. And I try to do as much as I can with my artistry to just show people like I'm multifaceted. Don't put me in a box, I'll kill you. So yeah, I like to sing. I like to rap.
I heard that. Who are some of your influences in your artistry?
In general, I fucked with Salvador Dali.
Okay.
I fuck with Tom York. I like Bro Brain. I also fuck with Doom, of course.
Hey.
I used to be like a hat turned backwards, like hip hop head, like big t-shirt wearing. Like I used to be that. So like back then I was listening to like a shit ton of Doom, a shit ton of Moto Technique, Talib Kweli, Black Moon, like all of that shit. And like all of those influenced me. And then on the other side, I'm a Southern nigga. So I grew up listening to Master P. I grew up listening to drama. Like anybody in No Limit, I listen to. Anybody in 360 in Tennessee nigga, I listen to too. And then Daft Punk, because like my mom, they're from the Midwest. I was born in Milwaukee, and like house is real big in like the Midwest and Chicago. So every night I go to sleep, all I hear from my room is "Time for the percolator." Like while her and like my aunties and uncles is just partying in the living room. They done rolled up the carpet and some more shit. So my influences are just like all around. And then like I listen to Japanese music. Like I just got retweeted by like one of the biggest new artists in Japan, this dude named Fuji Kaze, because I was leaving a video shoot and singing one of his songs in the car, and Japan called Wimma that shit, and that shit blew up. It was crazy.
Wow.
Like, I ain't never been shown that much love for some shit that wasn't my shit. I'm singing this other nigga song. It's like, I wish y'all could And like, I want to like do the little culture thing on Twitter to where like you put your little shit under it, but I was just like, don't nobody ever fuck with that. Like you get a viral tweet and then you put your shit underneath. Like,
all of my shit, nobody cares.
Yeah, like I'm doing it now.
I'm glad you understand that.
Yeah, I hate, and people be like, "Yo, do it." I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that shit. That shit corny as fuck. Because then my confidence that I had from that viral post is gonna be gone. It's like I'll rather
when you get 10 likes, when you get 10 likes on the
this
like, hey, buy my new record. Yeah.
Hey, this shit doing numbers, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't. But yeah. Like that was me seeing some of my influences kind of just come back to like pat me on the back and let me know that like I'm doing the right thing. So yeah, that's just a little bit of my influences. I could go on forever in every genre. It's stupid. Me and my niggas just listen to Green Day in the car on the way over here. The Basket Case. Do you have the time to listen to me? Yo, we went stupid. So it's just like, yeah, my influences reaches out like all over the place.
Nice. We're from the Bay Area, so Green Day got their start here, and we kind of saw that whole thing develop from the local punk scene to Broadway and beyond. It's crazy. Wanted to talk a little bit about the new album. It's kind of a Blade Runner-y anime. It's called Metropolis. I'm going to be honest with you. As a listener, I was kind of expecting like a concept album, given that. And it's not that necessarily. Like, can you tell us what it is?
I never like to do the same shit multiple times. And I gave everybody a concept album with affiliations. And I was like, here, take this. This will be my one concept album that y'all can have, because it worked. I feel like where a lot of artists fuck up is they'll fuck around and drop a concept album and then keep on dropping concept albums. And after a while, that shit just ends up being extremely corny and it gets bad reviews and people shit on it. And I'm just like, nah, I'm cool. Like I did the one and like the critics loved it. And it's just like, I'll take my one and leave. This one is more of a loosely conceptual project. So with this shit, I had an idea and I watched a movie and I wanted to experiment with the principle of synchronicity to where the longer you watch something and listen to some shit, the more that it syncs up, you know? And that was kind of what I wanted to do with this album. And I feel like I achieved that really well, because throughout the whole album, I was watching Blade Runner. I was watching the Metropolis, the original movie and the animated series. Yeah.
That's dope. And it kind of answered my other question, like, why didn't you do Traveling Circus again?
Bro, if I would have did Traveling Circus again, y'all would have shit on me so hard, bro. Like you, my homie Gary Suarez would have shot on me. He would have been the first one to get a shit on me. That's my boy too. But yeah, like y'all, this would have been a different interview. Y'all would have been like, yo, why you drop that corn?
Why'd you try that again? Yeah.
It's like, hey, yo, get the fuck out of space. It's just like, we tired of seeing you in space. Get the fuck out of here. So, and it's just like, I have so much more to offer than like the same shit over and over again. So it's just like, with affiliations, I gave y'all that. Niggas is just like, oh, well, this nigga sing song, he's sensitive, nigga. He must not care rap. Word, cool, imaginary everything. I'm barring niggas up on that shit. And for this one, this is more of a personal record. I wanted to dive more into my personal life and kind of manifest my influences outwardly and like kind of give people like a look into essentially the things that inspire me, the things I've been through, so on and so forth, and like kind of loosely wrap people's heads around the concept of just being in a congested metropolis such as this. There's noise going around all the time. There's people doing shit all the time. There's homelessness. There's people getting robbed. There's people coming up in money. It's everything at the same time, all at once, my nigga. No pun intended on the movie. And yeah, I wanted to explore that concept sonically instead of being so literal. I wanted to explore that concept with my song structure. I wanted to explore that concept with how I sequenced the album together, the names of the tracks, so on and so forth.
That's what's up, man. So you when I listened to Metropolis, I almost feel like I heard two records put together. Like it has very underground rap sensibilities, and then it has what I would call things that are just a lot more accessible, and then you'll put them together at the same time. So my question to you is, who do you think is the like prototypical Namir Blade fan? Like when you're making the music, do you have a persons in mind that are gonna fuck with this?
Whenever I do all my music, I make music for people like me. We're just niggas who grew up in the streets and we with the shit, but we really like just want to sit in the house and play anime. I mean, and play anime on the DVD player and the tape player all day, play video games all day, and just like really enjoy life. But it's like we've been put in the positions and shit to where it's just like, nah, we can't enjoy life for real. We gotta like dig that shit down. Like I remember hiding my MP3 players from the homies so they wouldn't know that I listen to like the type of shit that I listen to. And it's just like I want to kind of just like bridge that gap, and like so that the next generation of niggas can be like, yo, what you listen to? I'm listening to Namir Blade. This is a nigga who speaks to me. He speaks for me, and this nigga shit still slaps. You know, it's just like when I dropped Affiliate, niggas is just like trying to put me under the tag as an anime rapper. And I had to dead that shit super fast because it's just like, no, I'm not an anime rapper. I'm just a nigga who likes anime and just so happens to rap and make music and shit. It's like the influence will be there, but it's just like, I don't want to shove it down people's throat, and I don't want to be heavy-handed because at the end of the day, it's just like, I'm still a nigga. I'm still out here. So it's just like all of those things influence me more than anime because that's the shit that I had to root my reality in. Anime is what I went to kind of dissociate myself from the reality that I was given.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever listened to it, but our podcast network is owned by Open Mike Eagle, and that's our buddy, and he did a whole anime trauma and divorce record. I think it was last year or the year before, yeah, and I was telling him, I'm like, I'm familiar with trauma, I'm familiar with divorce, not super up on anime, so some of these references are going over my head, but it's interesting that people immediately try to put you in the box of like, one thing, the anime rapper, and what I'm getting from you is like you're not accepting labels on any of this from anyone. You're completely self-defined.
Fuck no. It's just like at the end of the day, I'm a human being. I don't even believe in that branding shit. Like that shit is a load of malarkey to me. It's just like at the end of the day, it's just like you taking a real person and like you trying to like fit him in several boxes, and if you can't fit this person in a box, it's just like the public don't really want to fuck with him. But it's just like, but you fuck with your family members, you fuck with your friends. You can't really put them niggas into a box. They complicated as fuck. I'm complicated as fuck. And it's just like, I want that to be like respected about my artistry. So where it's just like, no, this nigga is complicated. Like he is a mirror of the human experience. You know, it's like the human experience is everything. And I want to do everything. I might fuck around and my next record might not even have any rapping on it. I might drop a shoegaze album. But it's just like, at the end of the day, it's just like, it's still going to be me, you know? And I feel like the people who fuck with my music for what it is, they'll fuck with that shit because it's still coming from the same brain. Yeah. I'm still playing with the same concepts in my brain. I'm just transmuting that shit into something different, a different medium to express my art and shit.
I'm glad that you brought up that you're also a musician, also a producer, also a beat maker. What comes first, the music or the lyrics, or is it just at different times, different things, or do you have to be in a certain zone to get the equipment turned on? Or talk to us about yourself as a producer.
As a producer, I'll wake up, I'll smoke one, I cut on. If I don't have anything going on my computer, I'll pick one of my tapes out, and it'll be a random tape because I don't like just being locked by decision making. And I'll pick up the first few tapes I see, and I'll be like, eeny, meeny, you. Come here. I'll pop that shit in. I'll sit at my little desk. I cut all my equipment on and I just get to cooking. And a lot of times, more recently, I'll usually just make a bunch of beats. And if something comes to me while I'm making a beat and just annoys me because I hear music in my head all the time.
Right.
And a part of me making beats is like translating the music that's in my head into like different mediums and shit. So like producing is like one of those. So I'll wake up from a dream and I'll just have like some in my head, pop on a tape, sit down at my desk, and I'm trying to work on what's in my head. And if it connects, then it's just like the gates are open. like words start spilling out. I get inspired. I look up and see like whatever movie I'm watching, and I might get inspired to write a line just from watching some shit out of that movie, or like so on and so forth. So like my shit is pretty organic, and it's pretty intuitive. That's the only way I know how to make music, is like through intuition. Like there ain't really no method to the madness. It's just madness to the method.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Show title idea, Nate. So you're out of Nashville? Is that where you got your schooling? Can you talk a little bit about, I'm very intrigued by the town, the scene there. We know Rap Ferreira kind of relocated there recently. Can you talk a little bit about how that being a part of that kind of influenced you as an artist?
Nashville influenced me as an artist because they pretty much just shove country music down your ass.
I was wondering,
nonstop, fam.
Yeah.
Like when you go downtown, like I tell everybody, it's like, yo, when you come here, don't go downtown. The only thing to do downtown is get arrested, get called a racial slur, and fight and get drunk. And but we have like these other little pockets and neighborhoods and shit. So it's just like out north, that whole neighborhood is pretty much blues, jazz, gospel, rock and roll, like old school rock and roll, R&B, like all of that shit is pretty much North Nashville. It's like East Nashville is pretty much like it's rap, but out east was a mixed community with like us and like the poor white people. And like all the poor white people, they listen to like hip hop and shit, but they also skated. So like you might hear like Today Was a Good Day by Ice Cube or the Chronic album, but at the same time, you'll fuck around and hear the Bad Brains or like Black Flag or like Minor Threat or some shit like that. So and now East, it's a really eclectic spot. And then the hipsters started moving in and they fucked that up. My house getting tore down too. Yeah, that shit crazy. They finna build it. They was like, you got to get the fuck out of here by July. I was like, ugh. So I ran away to LA.
That's what happens.
I was like, I'm out of here. Yo, this has been nice. But and then like out south is just like rap, like just straight up rap music. You might hear 3 6 Mafia, so on and so forth, and like just southern music in general. But yeah, don't go downtown. Downtown is country. Everywhere else you'll get everywhere, like everything else. And we got a rich history of rappers that's from here. Not even like including Young Buck and Starlito, which everybody pretty much is familiar with. But we have people that's been in this shit since the late 70s, early 80s, on into the 90s. Because Ruthless Records, they slid down here a long time ago and signed a bunch of people. I think they signed Pistol. He was one of like the most renowned older rappers from that older generation. We also had Blow Pop Crew. We also had Desire and the Ville Posse, and like a bunch of other like just greats. And then like in the 90s and 2000s, it's just like we went from like doing that shit to trap music, which is like Dell and Diggle and Kwani Cash, like all of those people, which were neighborhood superstars to us. So that's the type of shit like we grew up looking up to as far as like hometown heroes and like wide ranges of musical influences.
Nice. Not to keep coming back to the label thing, but you do put out at least what we've seen of your output on Mello. Do you feel like you're part of a scene? Like, who do you feel like your peers are? And I guess what my real question is, like, do you consider what you do to be underground rap or independent rap, or do you have a way of thinking about that?
Fuck no. I don't consider myself to be underground, independent, and none of that bullshit. That should be going into labels to like keep people down. Like one of my pet peeves is when niggas call me a local rapper. It's like, bro, yeah. It feels like a backhanded compliment. It's just like, oh, you rap really good for a nigga from Nashville. And it's just like, no, bitch, I'm worldwide, fam.
Yeah.
And especially with the internet, it's just like, with the internet, we have the power and the ability to expand far beyond like how far we can reach with our arms and shit. And it's just like being a kid, yeah, I was outside, but I also was on the internet to recover from being outside. And on the internet, this is like I have friends in New York, I have friends in Philadelphia. I have friends in LA, like in Japan and England, like all over the place. And I felt more at home interacting with them than anything, you know? So it's just like, I don't really consider myself an independent artist. I consider myself a worldwide superstar in the making. Because I feel like not enough people want that. Not enough people strive for that. When I was a kid, yeah, I wanted to be like a Mortal Technique and just kill the college radio circuit. But now that like I've been doing this shit, it's just like, this is cool, but like, nigga, I need more. You know,
for what it's worth, Demone and I were talking, we were prepping for the interview, and we hung out on Saturday, and we were talking about you, and we were like, the way you're approaching it with the melodic thing, it seems like it can be much bigger than now. So it's working on us. Like whatever you're doing, it's working. We wanted to talk to you. We're interested in you. We think that your ceiling is quite a bit higher than some of the like straight bars people that we talk to, because there's something people are going to like about that. There's musicality to it. And I don't know. We're interested.
Yeah. And I'll be selling myself short if I didn't use my voice to the best of my ability. You know, it's like the first thing I learned being in like choir class is like, bro, your voice is an instrument. And my homie Tank, JS Kodiak, he told me what his music professor told him. Because that's Slick, my vocal coach too, and he was just like, bro, don't ever be ashamed of what comes out of your mouth and how your voice sounds. Like, never be ashamed of that, because it comes from deep within inside of you, and you would be robbing yourself and robbing the world of something that they could truly love if you don't give the people all of you. And it's just like, the people that don't like it, they don't like it. Fuck them, they can eat a dick. But it's just like the people that do, is just like, keep them close, celebrate them, sing their praises forever. And like, even though I sing or whatever, it's like, can't no nigga tell me that like I won't bar a nigga up.
Right. I listened to the Imaginarium today. Like, you have no worries on that front.
Yeah, yo, it's just like, it's just like, I was watching the Ride video, and like some random dude commented under that shit like, oh man, these fucking kitty bars, whack, and I was just like, this motherfucker, like, bro, you must not know what I do. And then it's fucked up too, because I went to his profile. And he had like a little playlist of his hits saved, and it was like shit that I like and listen to. So I was like,
"Oh, double offended.
Like your music taste, pussy. You got good taste, dickhead." The fuck?
More offensive that way.
I wanted to like comment back to him, but I think that's bad luck to just comment back to him, because I was gonna tell him to suck my dick. And I was like, no, that probably.
I'm glad you didn't do that. As you ascend, don't engage.
Yeah, you know, something in my spirit was just like, bro, that's bad luck to like reply to like a comment on your own shit. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just leave it alone and forget about it.
Exactly.
I liked it though.
That is funny. That's funny.
That is hilarious.
Kitty bars.
We appreciate you making the time, man. What's coming up? I know Metropolis is out right now. Folks should definitely fuck with
video coming at some point.
I have hella videos coming. Y'all don't even know. Like, I'm doing a video because like I wanted for the videos to achieve as much as I could achieve. And for that, I knew it was going to take time. It was going to take resources, and it was going to take a lot of tenacity and a lot of diligence. So, and I've kind of just settled for less in the past on videos, because it's just like, all right, this is the rollout. Oh, you got to get the videos and the song. And this go around, I was just like, man, fuck that. Fuck a rollout. Who the fuck wrote these rules, bro? Like, that's what fucking me up. I'm like, what genius? Yeah, you see the facetiousness in my face. Fucking Ivy League genius like came up with these rules for like dropping shit. Because it's just like, back in the day, there was no such thing as a real rollout. Like, people was just trying to figure it out and doing things. And I'm a unconventional and unmethodical person. And I feel like whenever I exist in this unconventional, unmethodicalness, it's like I shine my best, and I surprise myself, and I surprise the people that are like believing in me enough to like help out with this shit. So I really wanted to shoot a video in the actual Metropolis. It's like Nashville, it's cool, it's a city, but I'll be tired of looking at cowboy hats. I don't want nobody in cowboy hats to be in my music video. Fuck out of here. So I was just like, I want to go to LA and I want to get a DeLorean and have a DeLorean in my, because it's like, I deserve it. I'm like 3 albums in, fam, rapping my ass off. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like out here living in squalor and squander. This is like, I deserve
it's all there.
That. And I feel like the people deserve that more than me. Like, fuck me. Yeah. Like the people deserve to have like a visual that fits with the album. And being in the independent scene is really hard to get that level of shit unless like you just been paying dues for years and years and years, and it's just like, fuck this. If these little industry plant niggas can like get a crazy video, it's just like, I can too. I want to redefine the rules. I'm gonna piss a lot of people off, but fuck them. You know, it's just like, I've always pissed important people off my entire life. It's just like, it's only right that I follow suit, you know? So with this shit, I'm gonna go as crazy as I can with the visuals and try to give people something that is digestible. I don't want to give people fast food. I want to give people a good home cooked Southern meal.
Hey, there it is, Namir Blade. Yes, Namir Blade. Thanks for coming on the program, man. We're fans, and we just hope you get big enough to where you never talk to us again.
Nah, fuck. Even when I get big, I'm gonna go to a Golden State game with y'all niggas, fam. We finna be in the front row throwing popcorn at people.
Now we're talking.
I'm with the shit. You dig?
Yeah,
shout out to Open Mic Eagle. That's my nigga too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This was the first to fuck with me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day. And it was really nice to talk to you.
Y'all enjoy the game. Go
Warriors! Warriors. Peace. All right, that was our conversation with Namir Blade. I wanted so bad to be like, dude, turn to your left. There's an amazing donut shop right there. Like, go get yourself a bacon donut. You knew where he was? Yeah, in Little Tokyo.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah. I don't know LA very well, but like, I've literally been to Little Tokyo twice a year for the past 6 years. So,
funny.
Yeah, so I was very tempted, but I didn't know if he ate pork, so I didn't want to recommend a bacon donut.
Interview over.
Yeah, exactly. Haram.
I don't dine on swine, bro.
Yeah, but that was a great conversation. I totally dug his vibe, and like we kind of said at the outset, we came in with questions, and I feel like he answered those, and a lot of the answer was, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, totally. But in a cool way.
Like, yeah, I appreciate it.
In a like hyper confident way. Like, we've had a few people come on here and tell us they're going to take over the world. This is the first person who told us he was going to sit courtside at a Warriors game, and he doesn't even like sports.
You don't like sports, yeah.
I love that energy. Yeah, and if he's bringing us with him, then I like it even better. I'm not sure if you saw, but E40 and Jay-Z dapped up at the game yesterday.
Yes, yeah.
E40 ablaze.
E40 claimed he was going to grow dreads and didn't. Good move. Jay-Z didn't say he was, and then grew really weird ones. I can't with Jay-Z
Jesus
in his hair.
Christ, aka Jean-Michel Basquiat and Makami had them.
Yeah, I can't with Jay-Z's dreads, but I appreciate it, and I feel like, what do you have on that, Boston? Is Matt Damon gonna like dap up Ben Affleck at the end of Game 6?
It's funny. Some Twitter account I follow always posts the celebrities that will be in the Garden. And it's usually the sports players from the other Boston teams.
Yeah. I saw Paul Pierce was there.
Not a ton of entertainers.
Big Poppy was there. I saw them, which I always feel like black sports stars in Boston are like hostages. I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry that's how your whole legacy is tied to that town. Benzino? Can we get a Benzino?
Oh, my God.
Can we get the almighty RSO, at least in the bleeders? Something. Make a hip-hop connection here. I thank Namir Blade for coming on. We were right against Game 5, and like Nate, in his transparent hosting, literally just said to him, "Hey, bro, we're trying to watch Game 5, but let's have a cool convo. And he was
Yeah.
totally cool with it.
Yeah, he was.
I was afraid. I was afraid he was going to be like, oh yeah, well fuck it then.
Yeah. Well, then we would have said fuck it then. It's the fucking finals, dude. Yeah, and it was a great game. So
Yeah,
I was
totally,
fine.
totally.
We did what we did. I think I made it out to the living room with 4 minutes left in the first quarter, which is
You're
it's
not
fine.
a DVR guy? You're not a recorded program?
My wife was watching in real time. I don't like to. I'm not as spoiler. I don't do sports spoilers anymore. I used to meticulously plot my day and mute all these terms on Twitter and turn off
so you wouldn't see it.
so I wouldn't see any spoilers, and so I could have the experience that I wanted. But I enjoy double screening more than I enjoy not knowing. Does that make sense?
I see.
I like watching the tweets go by. I like participating in the discourse in real time.
Yeah.
More than I do, and it's so funny. This is a little bit of a tangent, but I was just reading some article about how shitty ESPN's halftime show is compared to TNT, and I don't like either. And I was just like, "You guys watch the halftime show?"
I mean, the Charles Barkley. I'm not into it as much as some folks are, but some folks really, especially if your team's not in it, they hang on the banter between those guys. I like to see what Jalen Rose is wearing. He's doing this weird Detroit player, dandy, kind of high fashion, but also kind of your weird uncle thing that I find fascinating. My girlfriend loves. She's new to all this. This is her first finals run. Know who you're dating. And she gets a kick out of Stephen A. Smith's bombast. She's like, wait, let me hear that guy.
She'll get over that soon.
Yeah.
Exactly. I will literally just exit out of the app and go watch I try to find a 12-minute YouTube video or something. I don't need any analysis from any of those people. I just think it's
for the things you just saw. You don't need a bunch of people to be like, Andrew Wiggins is playing well.
These tweets and it's just how many rebounds. I can check that on my own. Thank you. I don't need to know any narrative. And again, kind of a tangent, but the media is so anti-Warriors that we're just my wife and I are just sitting there getting angry. I'm like, this whole halftime show should be about how Steph cannot get a call.
Oh man. Oh my.
Talking about anything else, then they treat this motherfucker like he's Deladova.
Yeah, he's
the best, one of the best players to ever play. I'm like, the time will come when Steph starts flopping to get what he deserves, and it's gonna ruin the Warriors. But he will deserve it.
Yeah, no, and he could have done it too. So I think I give him props because there's an established way of histrionics that you can milk calls. LeBron is a master of it. James Harden, Dame is good at it too. But shout out to Steph and the whole Warriors team for just being super solid. This is the fourth championship run in the last 9 years, which is just amazing. And so we apologize to the non-Warrior fans out here, and apologies to Dart Adams,
who we respect
deeply.
Yes,
Part of me is
respect.
Should we have done a wager? I was thinking about this earlier. I don't know, man. I think it would have been great engagement. It was us against the Czarface.
That's funny. I like to keep it friendly. It's much more fun to talk about on the show in the echo chamber than it is to talk about online and start getting dogpiled. So,
that's true. No, I've definitely tried it. And you know who knows this very well is Blockhead, who is a huge NBA fan. Rarely tweets about the NBA because I'm like, oh, he's smart. He don't want every fucking yahoo from 20 miles around
mentions telling you what an idiot you are. That's what makes him a social media savant.
Exactly. According to major publications. But anyway, of course, you don't come here for basketball banter. You just get that for free. But yeah, we are the Dad Bod Rap Pod. If you want to interact with us on Twitter about rap, at Dad Bod Rap Pod, interact with us on Instagram at Dad Bod Rap Pod. Patreon is the place to be. Patreon.com/Dad Bod Rap Pod. Subscribers already know that we just dropped a Wu-Tang Forever 35-minute retrospective where we kind of break down the most double album of all time. And we just have a bunch of other fly stuff behind there. Nate, you just did a drop.
Yeah, we just got some new stickers printed. It's our first merch thing in years, I suppose. So I'm super stoked on them. They're if you look at the show art, there's a sticker built into it that Dewey Saunders, the guy who designed our show art this year, threw in there. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's cool. Can you send me that separately? And then I sat on it for, 6 months? And then I finally just got them printed up as actual stickers. They're like the size and shape of where they're like a hype sticker for a 12-inch. So I'm putting them on a bunch of my plain sleeved records, and I'm giving them out if people want them. The Patreon homies got the first crack at it. I was at the post office today, getting them settled. And if you are listening to this and you want a sticker, send me an email, dadbodrappod@gmail.com, or DM us on Twitter or Instagram, and I will literally send you one. Because we appreciate people who mess with the show, and it's good advertising for us, and I just like doing it. So
there it is. There it is, Mr. Postman. I'm gonna up that and say, if you do get a sticker in the mail mailed from Nate LeBlanc, please take a picture, throw it on something, take a picture, tag us on social media. All of that is a big deal for us. We obviously don't pay to advertise this show, so whatever, it's all word of mouth and stickers and t-shirts with us. So
I assume you guys like me will just throw them in a drawer.
Nate,
which they cannot do any good there. It's funny because for some people, like, for the homies, I'm throwing in little extra stuff, so I'm going to my sticker drawer and curating little packages for them. Yeah, so I have, I think I posted about this a lot when I moved last year. I was like, man, like a lot of people trusted me to hand out their flyers and stuff, and I just have like the knot of flyers from like 2005 or whatever, just like I was a bad friend.
Yeah. All right, I went to the Mr. Dibbs show anyway. Right on, man. So just another perk of the Patreon, and also just being a Dad Bod Rap Pod listener. We appreciate the hell out of y'all, and we'll be back next week with more heat. Dad Bod Rap Pod.
Stony Island audio.
Thanks for watching that, and if you dug that, leave a thumbs up and say what up in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to Stony Island Audio for more.